Welcome to 180 Day 36. We are venturing into chapter 2 of our book, The 7 Decisions. In chapter 1, we really took responsibility for our own decisions, our own choices, and really just blaming ourselves for exactly where we are so that we can get further and get to where we want to be. Because if I blame my mom, or I blame my best friend, or I blame my kids for where I am, I can't change it. And I just loved chapter 1 in fully taking responsibility. So I really hope you did your journaling and you're ready to continue to fuel your mind and move on to chapter 2 with us. So chapter 2, as I'm reading at the beginning, it says, we learn to evaluate the network of influential people in our lives. So I know I'm responsible for my own decisions, and I'm choosing to surround myself with people who can empower my life. Are you choosing to surround yourself with people that are going to lift you up and give you that good peer pressure? I always say bad peer pressure is for bullies. Good peer pressure changes lives. And we need people in our lives to help us to make decisions that we might not have made otherwise. And so it says right here, to seek wisdom from the knowledge of others, and perhaps the most important, to commit to a life of service. And I know that as you're going down this journey of a better lifestyle in the area of nutrition, when we have accountability of others, do you notice how much it helps us to stay on track? I know that I have a text group going with, there's probably about 70 people in our text group. And I'm gonna give a shout out to Jamie Tronson in Yakima, Washington, because he had a big goal coming into it. He'd really let himself slip and gotten off track with his own results. And he is the first person in there when someone is struggling to serve them, to speak out, to help them. And because he's the first person in there to really step up and lead the way in that group, guess what it's doing? It's rubbing off on him and his own results, and he is just rock solid in what he's doing because he's also stepping out of his comfort zone and helping others when they're struggling. And that is the way to do it, you guys. When you serve others, it also helps with the accountability back on yourself, and it's a win-win. So one of the things I want to read from chapter 2, it says, when we take counsel from others, all we can receive is, when we take counsel from ourselves. So when I'm taking counsel from me, when we take counsel from ourselves, all we can receive is what we have, what we know, and what we are. Taking counsel of wise men and women outside of ourselves helps us avoid bad decisions and puts us on the pathway to a more successful life. When we add someone's wisdom to our own wisdom, we greatly increase the probability of our success. So why do we have the Facebook page? Why do we have the small groups? Why are we doing this? So that you don't just have what you have, what you know, and what you are. We can expand on that. What a good thing for our lives. And so in the journaling, it talks about harnessing your inner circle. Okay, this is super important. Don't skip this. Don't just read through the book. Number 3, on page 34 and 35, on harnessing your inner circle, number 3 asks, do you see any patterns? Are there a few people with whom you spend time with who generally sour your life experiences? Like every time you're around them, you feel drained. Is there anybody in your life that you feel that way? And then on the opposite side, do you invest most of your time with the souls who challenge you, uplift you, and help you become more? I want to challenge you to evaluate the people in your life. I want you to evaluate, are they an energy giver or an energy taker? And who are you choosing to be around? And are you willing to choose to be around people that challenge you, even when it's not easy, that uplift you when you need to be uplifted, and to help you become more because you know that's what you want in life, even when it's not easy. So I'm just absolutely loving our book. Continue reading it, blocking off that 30 minutes in the morning. Don't hope to do it. Get that 30 minutes done. You don't have to do it in the morning. That's just the best time for me. I fall asleep if I read at night. So I hope you're enjoying it, and I will see you tomorrow on day 37.